Welcome back to Vital Signs. Loving what you're watching? Don't miss a moment of it. Or any of your other favorite Now Media TV shows, live, on demand, anytime, anywhere. Download the free Now Media TV app on Roku or iOS and enjoy instant access to our full lineup of bilingual programming. Prefer to listen on the go? Catch the podcast version of our show right on the Now Media TV website at www.nowmedia.tv. From business and breaking news to lifestyle, culture, and everything in between, Now Media TV is streaming 24/7, ready whenever you are. Without further ado, we are here with Ga Giddings, author and has a full-time career, but has managed to have a creative hobby on the side, leveraging the technology that we have. Let's go deeper. The conversation around AI often focuses on productivity, but there's a much more powerful angle: quality of life. Today, we're going to unpack how using AI to streamline tasks, organize ideas, and reduce overwhelm doesn't just help you do more. It helps you feel more alive. This is about reclaiming our joy, our creativity, and our personal power. What if AI isn't stealing creativity? It's giving it back to the people who've been too busy to breathe. I'm going to ask GA to answer that and weigh in.
So, having the ability to breathe. So you're in your busy day, maybe you're in the hallway and people are talking at you and these kinds of things, and you're just trying to find some space. So the technology can be always at your fingertips. You know, you have it in your earphone or something like that, and you can just kind of speak out your ideas. It records it, and then you can have it for later, all while other things are going on and you're trying to process stuff.
And so, how did writing festivals and trials during your downtime actually help you decompress and feel more fulfilled?
Yeah, for me, the creative process helps me to unwind. So it started with managing time as I was used to managing. It was like I have this work block and then I have this other thing. But with it, because I don't have to pay close attention to it, I can kind of do things simultaneously. And so now it's, for me, redefining what time is in a day. It used to just be, this is the time for this and this is the time for that, very linear, and now it's amalgamous.
And I'm going to go a little bit deeper in this, because I know that you've also used AI to write children's books.
Yes.
And so you've written the children's books with and without AI.
That's right.
Give us a little glimpse as to what that looks like.
So the first children's book was for our grandchild, and it was, sketched out on just a piece of notebook, and he did the lyrics and things for it or whatever, and we put it together. And the second time around, it was him, with the computer, same thing, except now we're talking into it and it's creating those images. And so I guess the difference is we had the time to enjoy each other's company while we were building this world together. So again, it kind of comes back to that thing of, it's taking away, because we want to be present in the moment, right? And so if I have to sit down and focus and draw, it's hard for me to also have the conversation with my grandson. But now that I can kind of talk and this technology is taking that over, I can do two things at once. And that's a whole other way of thinking about how we just operate naturally.
And let me ask you a question, because I know there's a lot of people watching who they have children, they have grandchildren. How important is it that we engage with our kids with this new technology?
I think this is going to be our new reality as we go forward. It was interesting, we had a conversation with a couple just the other night who we were having our conversation, and they overheard, and they were starting to talk with their kids. Hey, you got to start thinking about what jobs look like as we go into the future, and is AI going to do that in the future, and how do you deal with that? So I think it's just dealing with it and having open and honest conversations. And I think the way to really have a good conversation about that is to understand it. And the best way that I can think of to understand something is to go out and try it and just see what you learn.
And so I love that, and I really wanted to bring that in because I think it's really important for us. This is we are experiencing a tremendous change in every aspect of business and life. This is going to not just spill over into our career, but in the next couple of years, we heard from Stephen a couple episodes ago, robotics with artificial intelligence are going to become available in our homes to help us with tasks. And so if we start getting comfortable now and we start leveraging AI, even if it's to do a creative outlet or a hobby, such as what we're talking about today, or if it's to learn it so that we can experience it with our children, I think it's vitally important that we become a little bit more comfortable with how do we leverage the tools at hand, because the reality is it is coming, it's here, and we can either choose to leverage it or it's going to take control of some of the things in our businesses or in our lives. And so I'm gonna turn the next question to you and ask you, what advice would you give to somebody who's watching today, who's feeling really burned out, and they feel like they don't have the mental bandwidth for a passion project? Because I know you have been in that space, you have been burned out before, but yet you still found a spaciousness to create.
Yeah, so AI isn't a panacea. Like, it's not going to just replace everything. So I think if you're in that burnout place, you probably have a sense about what gets you out of it and starts to kind of, de-escalate you from that place. Maybe it's walking outside, whatever that is for you. But then I think the best word I can think of is just to be curious. So if you go into it with that mentality and have no expectations, your experience of it is going to change.
I couldn't agree more. And you've used the word presence several times. You've used it when you were talking about leveraging the technology to create with your grandson. You've used it just now with going outside and being present. So can you define what that means to you and how our viewers might be able to find that actual presence so that they can de-escalate?
Yeah, it's like in that moment I was describing before, if I'm distracted and my grandson's trying to get my attention and he sees me not giving him that full attention, he's going to feel like, well, hey, he's not paying attention to me. We're trying to do this thing. But now if I have this thing that's taking care of some of the things I had to do before and it's taken care of, I can trust it or whatever, now I'm fully engaged. So for me, presence is being fully engaged, no distractions. I am here in the moment and experiencing it with you like we're doing here, being focused.
Absolutely. So let me ask you the next question. Do you think that AI is redefining what work-life balance looks like for creative professionals?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's coming to terms with it. And this is interesting. Is it a replacement? No, I don't think it's a replacement. It's a tool in the way. And so the first question I ask is this technology taking away my voice as an author? And it's not. It's like a partner or like an assistant, if you will. And it helps take away some of the things that you would otherwise have to focus on. And what it does is it gives you back your presence and creativity, in my case. So you can just take that, if you're a professional or with your kids, you can take the presence you were giving to that task and now you're giving that back to your family. So I think that's a huge benefit.
Absolutely. So folks, what we're talking about here, creativity is not a luxury. It's actually medicine. It's well-being. And with the right tools, anyone can make space for it. So if you want to start your creative project, but you don't know where to begin, try using artificial intelligence to create your outline or to brainstorm your first scene. Talk about what's in your brain and ask it to help you craft an outline so that you can have a little bit more of a guideline as you begin to create. The future of storytelling, it's accessible to all of us, and it only starts with a prompt. So, GA, how can viewers reach out if they're interested in learning more about the topic today, about some of the tools that you've used, or about your book?
Sure thing. Go to festivalsandtrials.com. You can find the contact information there. I'd love to have a conversation with you.
And while they're checking out your festivalsandtrials.com, or they're reaching out to you in that space, what tools could they think about if they're looking at writing a book? Like, what are some of the tools, the actual tools that you're using?
So it's more than just AI. So for writing, I wanted something that could help me organize the work a little bit better. So I'm in a MacBook, and then I also use a tool called Scrivener. So it allows me to very carefully organize all my notes and things like that. But for posting and things like this, I use iPhone notes, and then I use that to transfer over into Facebook and Instagram. We're recording using Camtasia, and we're using Camtasia to create podcasts. We're doing sound tracking using Ableton. So it's a lot of different things. It's not like there's just one thing that does everything for you. But I'll say that having the tools, I did not think I was going to write a 90,000 word science fiction book in my spare time. That could not have happened working 17-hour days, even 5 years ago. So it's just amazing. Like, if you stay curious and you're like, what is this AI thing? I'm just going to go check it out. Can this benefit me in some way? And like, I'm on TV talking about a novel that I wrote. So like, what is even happening? So
well, anything is possible. Anything is possible for sure. Okay, well, thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. I really appreciate you being in here, your insight into how we can reclaim our creative energy, not just through time management, but through the healing act of storytelling and getting our creativity out. It's been truly inspiring. So thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me on the show, Jen. I appreciate it. It was really fun.
Absolutely. And folks, health isn't just about labs and workouts. It's about feeding your soul, your spirit. And GA reminds us, writing your truth, storytelling, even with the help from AI, can be one of the most healing things you can do. I encourage each and every one of you to think about the stuff we've heard today. We heard from Brad. We learned about survival and being ready, having readiness. And then we heard from GA about how do we tap into the joy in our life? How do we reclaim time so that we can have some spaciousness for ourselves, for our mental well-being? Whatever you heard today, take one action step and just start. If it's checking out AI and playing with it a little, if it's putting together your survival bag, pick one thing that you heard today. And I encourage you to put it into action, because that's how we're able to really take control of our greatest asset, our health. I'm Jen Gaudet, and this is Vital Signs, where we believe that wellness isn't just about living, but about thriving. Unfortunately, all good things come to an end, including this show, but we'll be here same time, same station next week. Until then, have an amazing rest of your day.